Well, I know what you're all thinking. Is this guy going to do a video after every game Nikola Jokic plays in? And the answer, of course, is looking like yes. At the very least, anytime he makes history, which again looks like it will be damn near every game. And the reason this needs to be discussed is because, frankly, not many people are. A cursory glance of ESPN.com's top headlines include, quote, Wemby in rare air with 6 threes and 7 blocks as Spurs fall. And another one, Bronny makes G League debut, and of course, Giannis's old fake handshake joke on Jaylen Brown. Nothing to see here, though, from last night's historic triple-double from Nikola Jokic, a first-of-its-kind line of 37 points, 18 rebounds, and 15 assists to lead the way in the Nuggets' latest thrilling victory, a 122-120 win over the reigning Western Conference champion Dallas Mavericks. It just so happens to be Denver's 5th consecutive win and their 7th win overall in their last 8 games after opening the season 0-2 and looking like sheer ass. For Jokic, this was his 4th consecutive triple-double meanwhile, and his 6th so far on the young NBA season to lead the league in that metric. That would be 6 triple-doubles in Denver's 10 games, and he missed 2 more triple-doubles by 1 rebound in one game and 1 assist in another. It should therefore come as little surprise that he is easily averaging, that is, a triple-double for the season. Putting up just absolutely stupefying numbers currently. He is leading the league in rebounds at nearly 14 per game. He is leading the league in assists at nearly 12 per game, and that is while scoring nearly 30 points per game, which is good for 4th league-wide, and this is all on literal obscene shooting splits of 56% from the field, 56% from the three-point line, and 84% from the free throw line. Now, look, it has become increasingly difficult to cross-compare players and accomplishments from one era to the next, especially the era that preceded this one from roughly 1995 through 2010, the lowest scoring, slowest paced era in league history, where rules were different, spacing was non-existent, and the mentality of players league-wide as it pertains to effort on the defensive end of the ball varied greatly from where it is today. Furthermore, I tend to be a tad bit hyperbolic from time to time. However, Nikola Jokic is by far and away the best player we have seen in that post-2010 time frame. After Kobe Bryant's hold on the league waned and the LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry era began, this guy surpasses them all by a pretty significant margin, and this 10-game span is one of the best runs in league history. Yet going into the game last night, Jokic was only 3rd on NBA.com's Kia MVP ladder behind Anthony Davis and Jason Tatum. This is just pathetic. And look, it is undeniable that the media votes in specific ways to either halt or promote certain historical narratives. For instance, it is undeniable that Jokic should have won Joel Embiid's 2023 league MVP that the media rigged and blackballed Jokic out of. And this is, of course, because they just didn't want him to have that 3rd straight. And now here we are again. After he was so good last year, they had no choice but to give him a 3rd in 4 years. The writers have come into this season with a pretty clear mandate as it pertains to the MVP vote. Anyone but Jokic. But what he is doing now is so good, they shouldn't have a choice. The Nuggets bench is amongst the worst in the league, while Jamal Murray has missed 3 games this year so far and is having his worst season in years, all the while Aaron Gordon has also missed 3 games and is expected to miss several more weeks. Yet the Nuggets are somehow 7-3 and are beating elite teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks along the way. Jokic leads the league currently by a laughable margin in literally every single key advanced metric these clown writers used to pleasure themselves to for years while they were drooling over LeBron James. We are, of course, talking about that plethora of made-up acronyms: VORP, BPM, PER, and win shares. Jokic is substantially leading the field in all of them, which will mark the 5th consecutive season he has led the league in all of them. And of course, his on-off metrics continue to linger around an obscene plus 40. After his latest historic triple-double versus the Mavericks, Jokic's on-off of 43.7 points per 100 possessions added is still pacing to shatter Kobe Bryant's record mark for this century of plus 19.2 in 2006. Jokic led the league a year ago at plus 18.9, and to put the plus 43.7 in context, this season, Anthony Davis is at plus 3.4. Jason Tatum is at plus 0.6 of a point. Luka Doncic is plus 9.4, while Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is at plus 13.3, which actually is an absurd number in its own right, which would likely win MVP in mostly any other year. But Nikola Jokic is adding 30 more points per 100 possessions than Alexander, while averaging a 30-point per game triple-double on sky-high shooting splits. If ever there should be a unanimous MVP season, you are looking at it right now. So stay tuned and do not miss a single second of what this guy is doing this season, because history is unfolding before our very eyes.